Now it is finally time for us to write an answer. And of course, we don't want to just write an answer. We want to make sure that it's going to be a profitable one. That means an answer that's going to make us a lot of money. So before you write your answer, I want you to think about a few different things. You want to make sure that you're going to write a thoughtful response that answers the question being asked. If somebody asks, how do I get my dog to stop biting? I am not just going to go on there and say, this book will show you exactly how to get your dog to stop biting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually provide them with an answer which shows that I know what I'm talking about, or I'm going to actually give them a tip how they can help their dog stop biting. And after that tip, I'm going to go ahead and mention that the tip was taken from this book that will teach you, all the ways. So it's kind of like if somebody, asks a question, you don't want to give them an answer that's going to completely answer their question. You want to give them a partial answer. So you establish yourself as an expert, but you also, give them the desire to want to learn the rest of the answer. So of course, one thing would be that this is the first thing you do to stop biting. But if you really want to be able to stop it long term, you should check out the stuff in this book. So keep that in mind, because people fall into the habit of trying to go through this too fast, and they just say, check this book out, and that's not really going to work out. You want to make sure that you're actually providing some help. Do not appear pushy when mentioning your product. Again, this is something there are people that if they feel like somebody's trying to sell something to them, the red flag goes up and they don't want to buy. You also want to convince your audience that they need your product. Again, this you want to be careful. There's a fine line between a hard sell and a pushy sell because, of course, want to make sure that these people understand that this product is going to help them. You don't just want to be like, oh, by the way, if you want to, this might help you. You don't want to be like that. You want to be like, my dog, was biting my leg off. I thought I wasn't going to have any leg left. And then I found this book, and wow, it really did help me. I thought that you might want to hear about it as well. That's a much more convincing sell than just mentioning something. So again, make sure that you're able to convince your audience that they actually need your product, that their product is going to make their life better. I'd like to conclude this video here with looking at an actual answer that I feel is a pretty good one. Okay, here we have a person asking, are dog training classes a necessity? Do I really need to do it? And as you can see here, a lot of people are answering. I would also like to point out that the majority of the people answering are not trying to sell stuff, which is good because it shows us that if someone came on here and read, it's not like they're going to be getting lots of different sales pitches. They're just going to be seeing, one or two. So I just scrolled down here. You can see a lot of people answered this question because this question's been out for a couple days. And this is the one that I wanted to show you. I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you. I never went to a training class and never will. I never needed to. I purchased this excellent training video when I got one of my first dogs and never have any more problem with any of my dogs. I also train them off leash as well. They go on to share specific problems that they have with trainers, and then of course mention where they got the training from. So let's go ahead and click on this link here. Now again, this is not the best link in my opinion because I think their domain should be something like products that work, or just something like that, some kind of generic title, and then of course dog training. But they just use this 302 here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and as you can see here, I was taken to a product page for this DVD course that I'm sure that they're an affiliate with. So good for them. It's a pretty good deal. Again, I think this is a good example of a nice answer. Now, just one final thing to note here. When you provide a helpful response that's going to actually answer the question that the person asked, the person that asked the question gets the chance to pick who they feel answered the best. And then once this category is resolved, that answer is going to appear first. This is what you want to achieve, because what's going to happen is even though this question is closed, it's going to be continued to be read for a long time because people are going to come on here and not ask the question themselves, but they're going to type in should I take dog training classes? Then this question is going to come up, and they're going to say, hey, that's a question that I have myself. And then, of course, your answer is going to be chosen as the best one. So that's of course, what you want to be aiming for, and it's going to result in a lot more traffic to your site. So I hope that helped you figure out, take a look at how to write the most profitable answers.